Roger that.
That's right. I wanted to show you some of the. I was gonna show you the underwater. I was about to go to doing the fucking. Oh my god, that big ass crab.
Ooh.
Why you saying Mikey?
To me, handle him.
Ooh.
Let's talk about something, Taylor, before I add these little mutts back. That man, Justin, was acting fucking crazy today.
I thought Mikey told me that he apparently finally kind of like broke down and needed or blocked Gus or Pat.
In a sense, yeah. And here's the thing. Justin's the one that started it. No bias bullshit. Started that shit.
So the usual.
Because check this out. When Pat is not in here, Justin is so quick to say something about him. Like anytime he mentioned stuff like that, brought it up. So Pat was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to say something.
Jameek is so right, because the only reason I joined the party was because Justin said something in chat, and I wanted to join.
And next thing you know, Justin said something, which was the one thing I did not want him to say. He said something about Pat's girl and Spire.
Beg for mercy.
And next thing you know, tell me while we was playing COD and everything. Here's the thing, Justin is psychotic.
Emerge.
Whenever if you're finding something so fun, but you see that no one else in the entire party is not even having fun, what makes you think that shit is fun? Tell me why when we was doing a COD match against each other, this nigga got low. Like he be talking about everybody else. Tell me why this nigga was using an RPG.
Right now, right here. Emerge.
Taylor, an RPG.
Bro's like, bro really be like, I'm saying this all in good faith. We're just joking around. We're having fun, right? Like, you don't seem to understand.
I can
Yeah, I don't be saying anything. Whenever he says that and I'm not having it, I just... Because you don't want people to use shotguns. You complain about people being in their sights and stuff like that, but here you go running around with an RPG and shit. So I'm just like,
I can put these to good
what are you
use.
talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Like, out of everything, one thing that will always annoy me that COD players do is, yes, is it annoying if a sniper is hard scoping holding down an angle? Yes. But it's a fucking scope. It's on the fucking sniper. I'm going to use a fucking scope on my sniper. Like, that's the whole purpose. I'm sorry that I didn't fucking snap into my scope for half a second just to shoot you, but like, sorry, no person in real life is sitting there fucking quick-scoping somebody. Like, they're sitting there aiming down that fucking sight forever.
Oh yeah? You think I can't? I'll see you at Airsoft. So no. Imagine letting that happen to you at an Airsoft game.
Well,
But no,
you really,
like,
you really can't because they won't let you.
You got Terrence before he hops on and stuff like that. Talk about something. Oh. Y'all sound like y'all about to cheat. You're the one talking. About cheating. I hate talking to that prehistoric ass nigga, bro.
Prehistoric.
Like, no, there's no way that he graduated high school.
I'll be honest, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but it's just not possible.
Heck no.
I'm pretty sure Terrence is literally Australopithecus, whatever the fuck it's called, that they discovered.
That they discovered. I feel like
Yeah,
you're about to say
you know when they were talking. Oh no, it wasn't recently. I don't think.
that would have been crazy.
Unless I'm just thinking
Taylor
of
about
some
to say
straight.
Terrence is a new discovery.
Unless I'm just thinking of some random shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was trying to complain this and that, right? And next thing you know, he joins us. Next thing you know, we do this and that. And Justin wins us some RP shit, some bullshit. Okay. Next thing you know, what else? Freaking, what's it called? I take us to that one map and everything. With the cars and all that stuff, the map that we usually play on a lot. Because here's the thing, there's not a lot of good maps like that. Either they're so fucking small that you're going to get spawn killed, or they're just super damn big. Like, I don't know if y'all only started playing COD yesterday, but there's not that many good maps. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Justin's also stopped basically bragging about, like, you know, Tower of Fantasy or just certain stuff now. Because he realized he couldn't get fucking past me now. He did the same thing with Taylor, Mikey. As soon as he couldn't catch up with Taylor and Genshin, he started.
Bro found another
talking up
gotcha
Tower
game, and then started literally critiquing every little thing. Like, there's literally one night he said something, and he's like, unlike a certain game, and I just didn't respond, and all of a sudden I just hear him go, "Well, that was a waste."
And he would say, oh, I was just joking, playing around. No, you're not.
Alright. There's a hydroculus here under somewhere.
Like, I won't get you wrong, Taylor. I want you to play Tower of Fantasy. But it's like, maybe at some point you will. But I'm not gonna just do this and that. The only thing that I got on Taylor in a funny way of is being gotcha'd by the gotcha game. And that's the only thing. And Taylor actually laughs at that. What Justin be doing, be actually trying to like egg him on in a sense. I don't know.
I'm not gonna.
He's trying to like.
Y'all know how much money the most money I wasted is when I went for both Yao Miko and Yoi Maya because their banner was at the same time. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Yeah,
No, but and here's the thing. He thinks it's like, oh, Tower. Like this is almost in a sense tries to treat it like Taylor said Tower Fantasy is bad. Taylor's never said that.
I never said
he
that.
just said he never got into it. You know what I'm saying?
I already played like the
he's
opening,
already busy with other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like Taylor never said that he was never gonna ever play it.
He said, I plan at some point. At some point I plan on trying to get into it. Like, probably maybe later into this, like into.
It's good. It's really just another Genshin Impact like variant, and like, there's stuff that I like about it. Yes, I would say compared to like Genshin, I'm not really all that good at Genshin.
And now that I'm caught up on most
like the way that way is.
And now that I'm caught up on most of Genshin stuff, like,
Oh, Sam, I caught up to the level cap. They haven't even increased it. It's still at 44. Like, that is
no, like, now, like, until they do update, like, now, like, until they do updates, I can't really do much more with, like, I have to wait till the updates for the main quest, because I've caught up on all of the main story.
I think that's kind of the same for me, like, story-wise.
Hey,
or not really, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can do in that game, it just requires you to be a certain level. Remember how I was telling you about the artificial island stuff, and how you gotta be a level 50? Like, Taylor, so, remember how I told you, like, Genshin, almost in a sense, is like a very big map game? And how
I'm also a member
freaking
of the guards, you know.
Tower Fantasy is more like big areas and different areas, like how you know you have the you go to the there's like 3 planets here, 3 planets, right? So let's say with the first one that we started in that you've seen and stuff, right? That's Asperia. Asperia has 2 other places you can go to on that planet: Hykros.
Let's just say I enjoy
and then the artificial islands, which you have to be level 50
for. Did a fantastic job.
Then you got Vera, which is another area. That's big as well. But then it has the underwater exploration area, and that's also pretty damn big.
For me to find
so
similarly
overall, Genshin's like, if you were to take the size of like the map of it, is bigger. But I would say Tower Fantasy does it in a different way by making areas like big. But having a lot of different areas that are big, you know.
What happened at the Opera House?
Just not Genshin main map.
Case and my father's may be related.
There's too many chunks left over in this protein.
And Taylor's over here jacking himself off.
There's too many chunks left over in the protein. We gotta get rid of them all.
And don't lie to me. You're over there masturbating.
Water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
He was flabbergasted.
If you want to go through the original files
I was talking about the dude in the game. He said he was flabbergasted. But you too, yeah.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course.
Let me go over here and add Terrence back with his goddamn...
on my own. Why do
you
got
my profile on because I got
We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently,
we were
attacked
that's
by
why I
a
kicked
horde
him.
of
They know
unnumbered
why I
Gardamex
kicked
in
him.
the
If
city.
you're not gonna talk and be gone and AFK, it's best for me to just kick you so you don't have to worry about that stuff.
All you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and
But also, I had
send
stuff
them
to say
after
about
me.
Justin because that man was making me mad. So
Then you think too
Pat
highly of my
basically
abilities.
with the next game, and he won
Dispatching
that one.
mecha
He
is
hopped.
very
I
different
was gonna
from
hop on Minecraft.
controlling them. If
Then
I
he
had
said,
to make
"And
an
I'm gonna go
analogy,
to my girl's house and
when
stuff
you
like
order a
that."
dish, the chef will make it
You know
for
what's a crazy thing?
You can ask the
You
chef
know how
to cook,
screwed
but
Justin could
not
be
to
right now?
massage
Let
your
me tell
shoulders
y'all
or
this,
carry
and
your
any one of y'all
baggage.
can
If you
do
try
this,
to make
and he wouldn't know
unreasonable
who did it.
demands, the chef would
So
just
y'all see
think
the
you're out
chat.
of your mind
That
and ignore you
if you
completely.
look at when a
The
lot
same
of
goes
parts
for
where
me and
Justin
my
basically
Gardenex.
said
Removing
an
a serial
insult,
number is
if you were to
also
report
not
him,
as easy
he's
as
getting
you
a
think.
week or more off.
There are a lot of
Isn't that crazy?
complex
So who wants to
steps
do
it,
it?
and it's almost impossible to
That
keep
would
it a
be
secret.
cool. I would enjoy
So I can promise
that.
you,
Because here's the thing,
those
it's not
mecha
going to
were
tell him who
definitely
did
private
it.
units.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
going to be like,
They're
this
certainly
happened.
not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must
Let's see,
be
let's
super
see.
rich,
He would
powerful,
assume
or
that
both.
Pat did it.
Now that you
I
mention
know,
it, though,
that's the funniest part.
being in the
And then he
synth
would try to
business would
do
definitely
something,
be
but here's the thing, he can't
profitable
even
enough
hop
to
on that
afford
account.
this.
He would have to hop on his other
Then you're
account
officially
and then
in the
try to
clear,
ban him
Thierry.
on that.
That is true.
But here's the thing, all that would do is get Pat banned off the phone. He can still
Thank
play
you
because
for
he's
the
on
vote of
Xbox.
confidence, Navia. Jokes
that
aside,
man Justin's
I'd like to wish you all
in
the
a
best
big
with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little
And Pat
while,
knew
so
about that too.
just come
He's just
find
like,
me
I'm
if you
going to
need
hold
any
off on
support
it.
from the guards.
Bo said hold off.
Yeah, he said, oh yeah, I'm going to save that for last.
Save that for last. It's crazy.
Hit that
Guys,
man
I'm
with a,
trying-
enjoy your vacation. And Justin's just like, what do you mean by that?
I'm trying to do the Fontaine quest, guys. Come on.
You look-
You're talking a lot.
I'm talking a lot.
Time
I'm
to
not even
scout.
going to make it through that quest. You know why?
Why?
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him. Sure. I will let him know right
Karen's
away.
so butt ugly.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's go! They called me what?
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes.
Stick that boy
I've
dummy.
never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Gunshot.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Alright, Taylor, to Paris we go.
It's funny you say that, because the place I'm in Genshin is based off fucking France.
Bye.
Who lit it back?
I'll just treat them as new samples.
That dude there.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects.
The one dude said he'd have
Maybe
to have
that's
a lot
how
of
he got
fucking
to
money.
know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Thierry, you say? It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah, had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and...
So we're just gonna go through all of them.
Laurent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be? You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable.
Oh, what if it's
and his
Malus?
judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Arrhenius just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Oh, they're putting Child on fucking trial. What did Child do?
Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Alright.
Wait,
Child's
how?
done some shit.
None of
but
our
he ain't do that.
investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
How did he what?
I understand.
There we go. Oh my god.
Huh? Split up?
Just tanked a sniper
What do you mean?
rifle shot. Like, what kind of sense does that make?
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Arrhenius, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
I didn't know it was.
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
We'll help you.
Yeah.
Just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Yeah.
Mademoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
I just.
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
I just gotta say, that dude Silver is a street fucking G for being able to constantly wear those glasses, and it doesn't look like he has anything holding them on his fucking face, unless there is, and it's just disappearing into his hair.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Arrhenius. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
Okay, one. Okay, where are you at? You are on this side. Oh, you're right there.
Now that Navia has set out for Arrhenius, we should also get going.
At least kill him.
The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
I don't want these two to. When Mikey, why?
Huh. According to Melody...
There's 2 red guys. Yeah, those are my top. Oh, they're coming this way. Oh, there's 2. Yeah, there was 3.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
No, it's just freelancing.
That's just like some type of sensor thing. Like, what is there to censor though?
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Now
I mean, I can kind of understand, but what is there to fucking censor?
Yeah. 47 is literally a lab generator. I'm aware. Don't look and stand a chance against.
Finally found it!
He's a
Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Oh, I need to drive.
Oh, they're showing.
Still my last.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
Of course,
When
Shaw was just like, I want to fight
with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on?
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put the discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Why do they suspect him, though?
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Shut up. Why'd you... Because I need as many people as I need this person to be alone so I can kill him.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this...
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies, sir. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case. Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
What, are we supposed to refute the new facts? Okay, as I said, there's no way.
The motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, in truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
You're gonna click up in a second, hold on. Oh, you ready, Ryan? You ready for this? Look how confused he is! Look at how confused he is! He's confused!
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
Yeah, fall. Remember the one that felt like a... Yes. Yes. Remember the guy that went like... Yeah. Okay, there's one... Like, you have videos on YouTube right now? Yeah, I do. Hold on. Actually, let me get done real quick.
Something's not right.
You're trying to kill.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
And then she's isolated. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. What if she was just... Come on. Don't get confused. Don't get stuck at the door again. He's going to. If he does, I'm not going to be happy.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
So upset. Alright, get ready for this. Are you gonna drop her or something? Get ready for this.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So,
yeah,
you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course.
Yeah, now we can leave.
All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your
take
guilt,
our
or your
good
support from the
old
shadows.
fashioned
You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Watch me leave. Watch me leave.
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing...
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from them, the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see? Marcel, is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
Oh.
I've
Trump
really
card.
surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah,
Not expecting her to pull out that one.
Eliminate any target with an epic or legendary. So, I need to get rid of. See what I can do. Using an epic with melee. The Jambaya! Because it's the Jambaya!
Why is everything fucking level 90, bro?
Emerge, right now. Illusion shattered! Fire hazard! I'm going in! Right here, right now. Here comes the fireworks! I'm always watching. Right here, emerge, right here.
You should probably...
The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
We can get away with dropping the armor centralizer. We have to get away with that. And now, let's show you the video.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but
so I can show you
Paimon doesn't see a way.
Because it was
Let's
very,
take a
very
look around.
funny. I'm telling you
Maybe
this
we'll
right
find
now.
a hidden mechanism that'll show us
Like
the
it's
way
probably
up.
gonna go on. What Put that on your photo out.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Why did you jump? Why did that happen?
Emerge, right now, emerge. Shine down.
The fuse is lit.
Right now, emerge, right now. Illusion shattered.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was a problem.
A mystic retreat.
Emerge, right now. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Where's the video? I'm trying to look for where it happened. What's up, Tay-Ram?
Hi, Ryan.
Is Chase here?
I don't think so.
I don't know, am I?
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Mikey, little brother.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Hey, Chase, let me.
What?
Let me meet you in real life.
This man said re-meet. Ryan.
Right here. Emerge. Right here. Illusion shattered. I'm going in. A sight to behold. Right now. Right here. Right now. Time for a light show.
Oh, you got the blicky. You got the fucking blicky.
Here comes the fireworks. Emerge. Right now. Now you shall perish. There is no escape. The fuse is lit. Teamwork is dreamwork. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right now, right here. Coefficient 2! Right now. Get out of here! Illusion shattered!
I have way too many videos, oh my god.
Hey, Rama, you the goat of Genshin.
Finally made it to the innermost kingdom.
I'd say so.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
I wonder if it's one of those things where your choice actually did matter, or they're just making you think it.
What's all this?
Like, if I chose somebody else, would he actually have been here, or some shit?
Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Which game this was? Oh, it might have been the Sadako.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute, huh?
I'm trying to figure out.
You mean the girls from the cereal, and then they were turned into what? And all the boxes of things, these names. That means, oh, this is terrible.
Oh, that's. What did I do the clipboard? That is this. I still kind of cooked this. What did I do?
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
As funny as that would be.
Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's super obvious.
Let me start here and see if anything.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory that the experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Why am I? Actually, it might have been this. It might have been over here.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Oh, is this
So that's
oh, I
it!
remember this.
Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want... In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Taylor 40!
Yes, Mikey.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth.
That was
but the
fun.
pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Because, like... yeah, we'll get rid of it. That was...
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation. Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have he can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove. I concur.
Like it works.
Let's
like
send someone
situationally,
to
it just
kill him.
works.
He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
Oh, I remember why I clipped it. The clown DC right after I did it. That's why I clipped it.
That dude Mikey clowning on the killers in fucking DVD.
That's why I clipped it. Okay. Like,
we've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories
he got the hit on
him. Yeah.
I don't know why he DC'd right after, but he got the hit on him.
No wonder even Nervalet wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Like, why did you DC, little bro? Like, why did you DC? You DC for no reason. That's too long of a video, though. That's the big issue. We'll probably never do anything with it, but it's a nice book. What was this video? Let's see what this video is. Like Taylor, I'm telling you, I have so many clips that I gotta figure out. What? Oh, this was the... This was
you
the
take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check it
last second. And they still got 0. Yeah. I wouldn't say that
nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Yeah, especially when I got saved, like, right after.
Vinier.
I don't think I did anything
Isn't that Vache's lovers? Then you found
like
her
nothing,
diary.
Let's
see.
Why did I click that?
It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
Wait, no,
she was so sweet too.
I think. Wait, no, wasn't it you cleaned it like really badly earlier? That might have been what happened.
So many.
Yeah, I was
a whole page's worth. But the final name she decided on was Marcel.
Oh.
We're getting rid.
Oh. Ooh.
Wait, but
you look like an
Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
Oh.
You look like an all.
Shut up, Mikey. We've cracked the case, Mikey. We've cracked it. Wide open.
Still hasn't figured it out yet.
Yes, we have.
Good work, my driver. Alright, we are back on Hitman after sorting through all of our many
I wonder
clips.
if I choose somebody else, then would something else have happened and would have not been Marcel, or is it one of those things where it gives you the illusion of free choice or fucking whatever? And I don't know. I wonder if there really is a difference depending on who you pick. Because sometimes they just feel like, oh, it actually was
And whose
whoever you
image
picked, no matter what.
do you see, Marcel?
I just don't know. I simply don't.
Is it a man named Vacher?
What do you think, Taylor?
Oh, so you do know that name.
I've merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Bitch, I wake up.
I was waiting for you to say that. As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Indeed.
Alright, Taylor, we're going to Japan to kill a bunch of people.
But the truth of it,
is
Marcel, is that
they gave
you've
him a
always
quizline.
been Vacher.
Huh?
Oh.
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
The texture's not loading around her.
Regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
They gave me a good fun point.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Back to our target.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
He's admitting it. He's literally admitting it.
Pay attention to you. What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place. so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go, I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vignere. A promise. We made a promise. Vignere. Please, Vignere. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Let's go.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Like, Taylor, you don't even realize how cool it is. Like,
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover, Vignere. During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel, and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
No one better than me.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Yeah.
Guards! Take Vacher away.
Taylor's mad.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
You never suspect.
Taylor, we're gonna kill the director. Taylor, we're gonna kill the director.
So many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh?
He's right.
Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
Goodbye, Mr.
The
Director.
day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So,
I still want to know, why did they accuse Child?
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle.
Come out and fucking
all
say
I need to do is
for
stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Her body disappeared.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is
I have a
innocent
feeling it's
of the
going to
charges.
come out saying guilty for
We
some
now
reason.
turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Guilty.
What? Why?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
Does it know something we don't?
Have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
I mean, yeah, but
Do you
Child's
think the
pretty chill.
Oratrice might have just convicted him on general
Besides all that
principle?
shit he did in fucking leeway,
Weren't
but...
the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Something suspicious is going on.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guards.
What?
Please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
That's ridiculous.
I agree, it is.
Oh, Child's not gonna let this slide.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Bro, dude. I don't even know what Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's done some shitty shit too, but he ain't as bad as the others. He's popping off. Is he really? Why would he use Foul Legacy at a moment like this? Oh. Nervalet just fucked him up, I think.
I am sorry.
Oh, yeah.
If you have been wronged, we will find the truth.
What
But
if
the rules of the
I
court
want to?
must be upheld.
Taylor, what would you do if I scanned your documents? What would you do?
Something very suspicious going on here.
What's going on?
How suspicious?
Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I'm gonna get back to it regardless. So
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
No, hold up. I got this. There's a fucking visual glitch happening, so most of this, like, second floor she's standing on is just non-existent, and there's nothing there.
Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
Caleb, what would you do?
The way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
She got multiple personalities or something?
And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the if you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
I don't think you say that, my mom. We're really just chilling with him at the beginning of the fucking Archon course.
Monsieur Nervalet! That power you showed when you took him down.
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
No, hold up. She makes a good point. I don't see a vision on you. Where's your vision at, bro?
Kill only targets. Fire.
Bro's definitely something else, because he doesn't even have a fucking vision. Which means if he can control shit without a vision, then Buddy's probably some fucking super powerful being type shit.
So, get rid of the Janbaya. No more Janbaya, Taylor. No more Janbaya.
Janbaya, what does that even mean?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
It's a knife in the game.
Traveler!
It's a very elongated
Traveler!
What do you want, Marcel?
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
I don't think Marcel can handle
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait. I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on. Assassin's pistol.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that
We
be?
need to bring a
How did you manage to do it?
Lockpick is very
The Fountain of
necessary for our
Lucine?
goals.
Then she's been so close to me all along. Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees.
Are you
Why
a big
should we give
fan
him
of
what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans.
That sounds like an
Will they betray
enthusiast.
the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
And see, the way you say that and the fucking way his eyes look, buddy's dead.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall...
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, I've seen people say they think he might be the fucking Hydro Dragon, so you know what? I'm gonna be too surprised. Do you think he's the Hydro Dragon, Mikey?
I think that works. It's
Yeah,
very good.
it sounds like a reasonable theory to me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, and that...
Vache.
Ah!
Oh, Taylor, a sniper would have been perfect for this farm.
Yeah, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache?
I'm here! Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Damn.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache.
Damn.
It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
Oh.
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her.
But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
You asked
You
everybody.
are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vigniere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vigniere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please! Have mercy!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vigniere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. Vache. Vache.
They better just kill him.
If I almost jumped up. I almost jumped up so bad.
Yeah, they fucked them up, Mikey.
Oh,
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of
So we're
Demoiselle.
gonna talk about what happened to Child, because that bro really just got
That blasted
arrested for no
stubborn
reason.
fool. I was right to put my faith in him.
Why that?
I'm so
Oh
glad
yeah,
I
he's
didn't
done,
give
he's
up on
done
the case
some
all those
shit,
years
but
ago.
nothing in Fontaine to warrant it. Okay.
Are you sure?
He was
don't know.
cleared of the charges, Mikey. We sat there and literally refuted the entire case and cleared him of the charges.
So Taylor, why is he arrested? Why is he...
Because of their dumb little fucking justice machine that has the final verdict decided he was guilty for some reason.
Oh, by the way,
not very nice.
I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist
Oh, that's
from the
Charlotte.
Spina?
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story
That's
was
Charlotte.
called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wishes finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Yes, sir.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Yay. Good for
Are you
y'all.
two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarend wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather...
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
I wonder why.
Huh. This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already.
I know you've done it before.
Wait. That figure. It can't be... Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Oh no, hold on. Oh no.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver.
Good job, Mikey.
One of my guys.
It's working, but it's going a bit...
Sorry about that.
Like most of my
Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Alright, good talk.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Oh my god, I hate this game so much. Hey, well, this game just bungled me. Absolutely
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
Hey, with my plan.
No. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Not the fucking smirk, bro.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
I have to blame myself. I can only blame myself.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your...
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, it's time to get our nightclub on.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Well, hold up. Ask what we came for first.
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Yeah, don't worry. Everybody else says that.
If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Wait, how did her body get hidden?
So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is.
Well,
oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette.
It worked 90%.
If that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina Furina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratories was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Taylor, this is not happening.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture.
I'm glad
I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Furina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though. The time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
There was a courier that flew over now.
Your sibling. If she ever is there...
Everything else should be good, though.
Very well.
Just to be safe.
It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Wait, what is that?
All right, you've got a point, huh?
I have that. Oh, I do have that.
Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Quest completed. Let's go.
Let's Joe. Ooh.
What are you gonna do, Tim? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Anyway. Was it 3? The Janbaya.
So that's all there is. It's just those two chapters for now.
To Dubai we go. Alright, Taylor, let's go to Dubai and hopefully let's get some more Dubai.
Oh, Lenny has a story quest. Okay. Another nation, another Catherine. Yeah, you're not wrong. There's a chest over here.
Emerge, right here.
Oh, it's those things from the fucking...
Light it up!
Summer,
There is no escape!
Right now, emerge, right now.
Ooh, let me open it.
Mikey, so far I'd say the first two chapters of this act have been pretty interesting.
But no!
Although we've yet to meet the fucking... Arlecchino, however the fuck you pronounce her name. gotta wait till fucking 4.1. At least now I can focus on trying to, oh. Oh, you're talking about that, okay. Well, I can go back to focusing on getting primo gems and shit to try to, game.
Oh god, why did the flowers fall like that? Taylor, watch this. He's cooked. He's so cooked out. Why'd she make that noise? Oh my god, it's getting so fun. Taylor, wouldn't you say this? Oh no 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 no.
Add Astro. Add Astro.
So here's what the plan.
We meet again.
Aiden, they're so shocked.
Add Astra Abyss.
I can do Fontaine expeditions now.
What's good, blood?
What's good, blood?
Yeah, top. Oh,
you sound stupid.
No, I don't.
Now I can focus him in Fontaine, okay.
This
I
game
back
just
to trying to work on these since I never finished doing this shit.
Taylor, this game just screwed me so.
On God.
Like, it's actually unreal how badly it just got screwed. Unreal.
Exactly! But none of them believed me!
Oh, that's what this is? Oh, okay.
Can we play Finger next time?
Alright, well. With the Archon quest done, I guess I can end the stream and go back to doing some grinding and shit. I mean, Mikey, what are your thoughts, even though you haven't played this game at all and you have no idea what the new Archon quest is like? What is your opinion, huh?
I think Archon, I think you should just ignore them too.
But Mikey, that's literally part of the main story of Genshin.
I think you should simply find a way around it.
Simply find a way around it.
That's just
I don't think there really is a way around it, Mikey.
Well, maybe you can hack the game.
Why would I do that?
I know the game's Chinese, so you won't be able to hack it. But you could try.
Yeah, apparently, for Maxor's video, apparently this game actually has a very strong anti-cheat. He made a joke that it reads your IP address or whatever, or some shit. or keeps track of it. I wouldn't be surprised though if he wasn't joking. I think he said something about it has like a 0 ring kernel permission on your computer or whatever if you play on PC. Not exactly sure what that means, but I guess that means it just can keep track of a lot of shit on your computer or something. I mean, I don't play it on my computer, so I'm not sure how much shit it keeps track of on here. Besides how much money I waste on it. Do a little exploring. I honestly really like this area. It looks nice. And the underwater exploration is pretty chill too.
Yep.
Wait, I need to go upstairs. What am I doing? I need to go upstairs. Taylor, let me find this upstairs.
I was at the Jade Chamber. Wonder when we'll go up there someday. I don't really found out or heard anything about the fucking unknown god in forever as well.
Such a fucking sheik, that is the sheik. What is the sheik doing here? Caleb, are you ready for me to murder the sheik?
What?
Poison the sheik first, then I'm I just assassinated a fucking royal figure.
Nice.
Oh my god. Taylor, I almost fucked up. I almost just fucked up.
So the usual.
Hey. Relax.
Hey, shut up. Well, Mikey, since you wanna say I should try to skip the Archon quest, my honest opinion on these first 2 chapters were really interesting. The whole little detective and their investigation thing was kind of fun.
Yeah, Taylor was locked in.
We'll say, of course, like usual, there was a fuck ton of dialogue, although it was pretty interesting to actually listen to it for the most part.
Murdered a figure in the royal Saudi family?
No, I have not. And I think in the next couple chapters, things are probably going to get pretty crazy. Also curious to find out if the fucking why the Hydra Archon acts the way she does.
Shadows of fate! Emerge! Right now! Emerge! Beg for mercy! Right here, please! Blood of frost! Crush! Shudder! Eye for an eye! Right now, right here, right now. Let me scribe. Beg for mercy. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that hyper moon, bitch.
Crush. Service with a smile. Rack and ruin.
What do we have here?
That's actually one of my life. So, actually, you know what? Here's what we could do. Taylor.
What could we do, Mikey?
We're gonna do something so crazy that you're gonna be shocked.
Am I now?
Yeah, you're gonna be shocked.
Oh, hold up. I gotta fucking find somebody I can take their fucking ability from now.
I just assassinated this guy's kinship.
Why would you do that?
I mean, he's my target, so... Oh, no! Cornelius, I'm so sorry.
Ah, here we go.
I'm so sorry. This guy is so much fun. Oh my Taylor, watch this.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Taylor, run.
Well, there's not much to the combat. Still pretty fun and chill. Yep, this is what I need. Maritime flowers. Mikey, we need more of these flowers. Find them.
Do we really?
Yes. Gotta collect them for the event. I really love the music for the underwater areas too. Ah.
Shadows of fate! Coming through! Emerge, right now, right here. Let me scry! Beg for mercy. More speed. Sign here, please! I condemn you! Ha. Emerge, right now. Shadows of... Shudder! Crush!
Wait, what? Oh. What did that do? Am I moving? Oh.
At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
Give me a blueprint for a whole ass fucking mansion, it looked like. Well, if I'm gonna go back to grinding and shit, no one's watching anyways, so I'm gonna end the stream there since I finished the quest anyways.